Hey, Tony Gasser here. Nah, this is off topic, but this is something that I want y'all to talk to your your sons about, your sons, your nephews, and all of this, and you could send this to them. And this the thing is, I understand it's a lot that goes into it, and it's a lot of things we can say about this, being attached to the streets and being attached to gambling and all of that right there. But at the end of the day, we have to accept responsibility and we got to be willing to walk away from the foolishness, from the street life, because it never ends well. It never ends well. And the craziest thing about it is, and I'm gonna tell you this, like this is very real, and a lot of people don't understand the mindset and they don't understand the trickery because think it not strange that we don't glorify black men being doctors and lawyers, scientists, creators, inventors. Think it not strange that we glorify black men who are thugs, black men who have moved a lot of weight, black men who have taken a lot of lives, and we literally feel less than, and we feel like a punk, we feel like a lame, we feel like a simp if we don't smoke weed, if we don't get dreads, if we don't have dark lips from smoking, if we don't be on the lean, if we don't get drunk, if we don't curse, if we don't cheat on women, got a bunch of women, like we feel whatever it is, if we don't gamble, if we don't whatever, we feel like lames. We literally feel like lames. And then there's this envy and this jealousy when a guy do a bid. Like nobody want to go to prison, but you put so much respect on somebody's name when they go to prison. Like anytime, like for example, Wall Street Trapper did 10 years in prison. A part of his fame and why he is so respected and listened to because he went to prison. Now he probably will tell every young kid, man, you never want to go to prison. Same thing with Wallow, who did, was it 20 years in prison? The reason why guys listen to him is because he went to prison. But but what we fail to realize is that you go to prison from being stupid. That's what nobody really gets down to. Like when I talk to my cousin who was so heavy in the streets, never went to prison for drugs. And he says because I'm smart. He said because I did what I had to do and I was out there 20 years and got out, and now he got all these business, he got all this stuff. He got out of it. And he wasn't doing it. He was doing it like they say Frank Lucas was doing it for. Like to really do it. But even when we saw American Gangster, I watched it today again on the plane coming over here to Costa Rica, and he talked to the Asian man, and the Asian man making all this money. This man live over there and wherever it was, wherever the war was, and all the poppy fields, and looked like an Asian man. And he told Frank, he said, quitting when you ahead is not the same as quitting. And he said that to Frank, like, what do you want from this? Like, you got enough money to ride off into the sunset. Like, why are you doing this? And the reason why we do it, same reason why I was a drug dealer, same reason why pretty much every guy I know, I'm trying to think of, like, do I know a guy that I grew up with that didn't sell drugs? I probably could think of like 3. But we all did it, and it was for stripes. And so the same thing. Now, here's the thing that what a lot of people not talking about, and this is why I'm not being judgmental with this, is Chauncey Billups, Terry Rozier, they could have bumped into or knew a mob family from when they were in college or even high school. And once you take money from the mob, or you work with the mob, or you know mob, you mob affiliated or whatever, whether it be for protection, whether it be for money under the table. Like, let's say Terry Rozier, let's say Rick Pitino is connected to the mob, and he had a mob give Terry Rozier money when Terry Rozier was playing for Rick Pitino. Well, now you in bed with the mob. They got stuff on you now. You done took money from them. So if they need you to score less points, and they finna set these bets, and it could have not even been that. He could have just did it just to show love to his homeboys because he got the power to do it. And so it could be very deep, and that's how some people gonna try to spin it and try to make it that way. One thing they can't do is snitch, but if they may have to if they facing real time, or it could be very shallow. And I can relate to this because I went to college on a full football scholarship. And while I'm in college to play football, I started selling drugs out the dorm, selling weed. And almost every guy I talk to, and I tell my story, almost every college athlete I talk to that I tell my story, they say, man, our story like the same thing. And it's like, why do we get to where we trying to get to, and we dumb ourselves down and we go back to doing the stupidity that we saw the people in our hood doing? And that is because we saw the glory being given to the street dudes. And we never evaluated that street dudes are actually one of a few things. They either scared, that's at best, they scared. They lame, or they stupid, just like literal word, like stupid or dumb, like just ignorant, just unlearned. And the other thing is they feel they have no other choice, which is always a lie. Because Walmart is always hiring. The warehouse is always hiring. You can always go get a CDL and become a truck driver. That is a lie. It's a lot of ways to make money. But see, and it's a lot of ways to make a lot more money than in the streets. Like, for example, I was watching on American Gangster Day. Frank Lucas talking to T.I., his nephew. He said, why you ain't go to that meeting that I set up for you with the Yankees? And T.I. said, I don't want to play ball no more. He said, why? What you mean? That's your dream. You played your whole life. What you mean you don't want to play ball? He said, I don't want to play ball no more. I want to do what you do. Because at that time, Frank Lucas was making way more money than professional athletes. And so this young athlete who can go play in the major leagues as a pitcher, he said, I don't want to do that. I want to sell drugs. And so now you got guys like Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier who making more than drug dealers. They making more than professional gamblers. But yet they still tied up in that stuff. And it's true, because the FBI, they not finna miss like that. The FBI, them stings different. And there's gonna be a lot more names coming out. And what's sad is that it's all black men. The faces they showed Jones, who's a former player, played with LeBron and them. They showed Chauncey Billups and they showed Terry Rozier. You can't tell me that it ain't no white coaches and there ain't no white players gambling and rigging games. You can't tell me, because they the ones who really teach about the gambling and really know about the gambling and really know what they doing with the gambling. But here go the black guys, that's who taking the fall. So now the image is dumb, black, N-words. We gave y'all millions and you still ghetto. We gave y'all millions. You earned millions. We ain't give y'all millions. You earned millions and you still a dummy. You still a N. You still ignorant. We have got to change that narrative by any means necessary. We got to break the cycle, and we got to talk to the youth, and we got to get the youth to stop glorifying thuggery and ignorance and stupidity and going the wrong way. Like, put your life on the line, mob ties and all, and say, man, I'm done. Like, they not finna kill you. Like, It ain't like that no more. Like our world soft. Like you have a better chance of being killed by being what Charlie Kirk was. Like gangs and all that. They're not killing nobody no more. Like it's stuff so watered down, the streets so dead. Like they ain't killing nobody no more over that stuff. Like yeah, little kids killing each other over stuff, trying to get stripes because it's glorified. We gotta stop glorifying it. And we got to check our music. We got to check our artists. If you know an artist, you got to say, listen, man, look what they got you doing. Like they got you doing this for millions of dollars. And I'm gonna tell y'all, it's that music that got these guys like Terry Rozier. I met Terry Rozier. I spoke to his rookie class. I never met Chauncey Billups, but I spoke to Terry Rozier rookie class. I didn't know who he was or anything like that. When I was working for the Houston Rockets, he came up to me and spoke to me and dapped me up. And he remembered my face from the stage. So that showed me like he wanted to listen. Like he liked what I said, because out of 50 speakers that they heard in them 5 days, he remembered me and remembered my face and came up with a teammate when he was on the Celtics and spoke to me. But I mean, he didn't get too close. He didn't give me his number. He didn't talk because I think he probably just was too wrapped up in that lifestyle, too wrapped up in that mindset. And what I was talking on, he knew I was telling the truth, but he wasn't ready to let it go. And now look what it done cost him. It done cost him his career. He probably never play another day in the NBA and was on a contract right now. And one of my mentees is on his team. I'm going to shoot him a message sometime but he's so locked in, I know he probably will never do nothing like what they got into. So I'm not judging them. Don't get that twisted. But just make sure that you got your mind right. If you're a young man watching this, that you got your mind right and you start to learn and you start to analyze and you get out of the trap. Don't be another rat in the trap chasing the cheese and then get your head chopped off. Like, make sure that you make it out. I thank God that I didn't get shot. I got robbed, but I didn't get arrested for drugs. I didn't go to, and all that I was into and all that I was doing, I could have ended up doing some time. My uncle is doing 40 years because he went to trial on a $10 worth of cocaine and $10 worth of marijuana, and they gave him 40 years. Really, it'll be 30 years. He's gonna have to serve 27 years. He already done served 18 years for literally now, $10 worth of cocaine, $10 worth of marijuana sold to an undercover agent because he didn't accept the 1 year and a day that they gave him, because he was taking care of my grandma, who was a double amputee, and he was a user himself. He was using the drugs himself. So I feel like it probably was like the addiction to getting high that made him not want to sit down, and that made him delusional to think that he can go to trial in a racist court without a real lawyer and win. And he got bound. Football numbers. And he called me almost every day. I could never answer the phone because I'm always on a call, always tied up. I talk to him probably once, twice a month. And he literally have been in there 18 years. He now is in his 60s. All because of that street. All because of that street. Like, I got a homeboy that me and him were peas in the pod. I used to stay the night at his house. I used to ride to school with him, ride home with him. We played on the same basketball teams. Before I got arrested in the 9th grade and my mama and daddy sent me to the private school, me and him was like two peas in a pod. He doing 3 life sentences for murder. 3 life sentences because he stayed on that path when he and I got separated, and he allegedly shot and killed a white boy when they went to rob the white boy for some weed. He say he innocent, but it don't matter what he say. He doing 3 life sentences. And so I need you to understand, like, it's time out. Like, we got to get our head on straight. Like, we got to start looking and learning and leave that stuff alone. Like, man, clean your hand. Like, I ain't even got no betting app on my phone. And I'm not even no athlete. I had it on there. I looked it up, went in there, played around with it. Man, I deleted the whole app. Like, flee from all signs and imagery of foolishness, sin, ignorance. Get on a straight path. I'm a millionaire today, 100% clean, 100% legal by doing the right thing and living a righteous lifestyle. It is Tony Gasson. God bless you. Keep your head up. All the important links in the description. We'll talk soon.